Family criticism, it's differently than criticism from almost anyone else. Not because it's harsher, not because it's always unfair, but because your body reads it as familiar, and familiarity lowers your guard before your mind can catch up. If you ever notice yourself getting defensive faster around family than coworkers, friends, or strangers, that reaction isn't random, it's patterned. Family dynamics have a long memory. Even small comments can land with surprising force, not because you're sensitive, but because those comments are coming from people your nervous system learned to monitor early. In today's video, we're going to look at 7 patterns that explain why family criticism triggers defensiveness so quickly, and why that reaction often shows up before you've had time to think it through. This isn't about blaming family members. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about understanding what's actually happening, so the reaction doesn't take over the moment. Familiar voices bypass your filter. Criticism from family doesn't pass through the same mental checkpoints as criticism from others. A coworker says, "You might want to rethink that approach," and you pause. A parent says, "You always do this," and your body reacts immediately. That's because familiar voices bypass your conscious filter. They go straight to older emotional pathways, before logic, before context. For example, you're explaining a decision calmly. A sibling cuts in with, "That's not how we raised you." Your jaw tightens before you even decide whether you disagree. That reaction isn't overreaction, it's recognition. And once your filter is bypassed, something else switches on just as fast. As you listen to the rest of these, notice which ones show up most for you. Many people recognize one immediately once they know what to look for. Old roles reactivate instantly. Families don't just see who you are now, they see who you used to be. Even if you've grown, the system often hasn't updated. For example, you're competent and confident in your daily life, but one comment at a family gathering pulls you back into the role of the difficult one, the dramatic one, or the one who never listens. Defensiveness shows up not because the criticism is accurate, but because your body is responding to a role it remembers playing. And when old roles come back online, timing disappears. Criticism often arrives without context. Family criticism is rarely framed carefully. It often sounds like, "I'm just being honest. You know I didn't mean anything by it. We're family. You shouldn't take this personally." For example, a relative comments on your job, your relationship, or your parenting skills mid-conversation without warning. There's no lead-in, no explanation, just a statement dropped into the moment. Your body reacts before you even know what you're reacting to. And when criticism feels sudden, your nervous system moves fast. Defensiveness is a protective reflex, not an attitude. Defensiveness gets labeled as stubbornness, immaturity, or being closed off. But most of the time, it's protective. Here's a good example. You hear a familiar tone, the sigh, the eye roll, the concerned but critical phrasing. Your voice tightens, your words sharpen. You feel the urge to justify yourself. That's not a character flaw. That's your system saying, "I've learned what comes next." But protection can turn into confusion when the signal isn't clear. Mixed messages create internal conflict. Family criticism often arrives wrapped in care. Statements like, "I'm only saying this because I love you. I just want what's best for you." Here's another good example. You're criticized, then reassured in the same breath. Your mind hears concern, your body hears judgment. That mismatch creates internal tension, and defensiveness steps in to manage it. You're not reacting to the words alone. You're reacting to the contradiction. And unresolved contradiction makes it hard to stay grounded. You're reacting to accumulation, not a single moment. Family criticism rarely exists in isolation. It stacks. For example, a comment today echoes dozens of similar moments from years way before. Even if this one is mild, your body responds to the pattern, not the sentence. That's why you might feel yourself bracing before the comment is even finished. Defensiveness isn't about this criticism. It's all about the ones that taught you to expect it. And there's one more reason this reaction feels automatic. Family criticism often threatens belonging. At its core, family criticism doesn't just challenge your choices. It can feel like it challenges your place. Here's another really good example. A comment implies disappointment, disapproval, or distance, sometimes subtly, sometimes openly. Even if no one says it directly, your system hears, "Am I still okay here?" That perceived threat to belonging triggers a fast defensive response. Not because you're dramatic, but because belonging has always mattered. If family criticism triggers defensiveness for you, that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means your system learned early how to stay alert in familiar environments. Understanding these patterns doesn't force you to respond differently right away. It simply creates space between the comment and the reaction. And sometimes that space is enough. Before we wrap up, which one of these stood out most for you? If you want to go deeper into how to stay grounded when criticism shows up without shutting down or over-explaining, this video might offer more insight on how to handle it. Check it out next. I'll see you there.